Hi folks, this is Sean Hyman from Chart of the Day, and I just want to talk to you about charts are able to speak to you if you listen, and if you listen and you watch well, and you train your eyes to see these patterns that we're going to go over, some of the more common patterns, you'll be able to profit handsomely from it. And the first one is called a double top, and we are on a pound Aussie chart, 15-minute. And this uptrend was heading higher here. We hit this resistance around the 166 level, hit it, came down, hit it again, came down. Double tops tend to form like an M shape on the chart, so M as in Mary. You know the double top has formed though, and you can act on it once this uptrend line is broken. So once this breaks, then you can short. Many times it's common for it to come back and retrace to the uptrend line. If it does, it's an even better shorting point. Make sure your stop is well above so that any wicks don't take you out, and then you'll see your trade transpire this way. Now, why don't you just short at the second top? Reason is because many times it can look like a double top and not be a double top, and just shoot on straight forward and keep going, because the trend is more likely to continue than it is to reverse. So you want to wait for those times when they do reverse to get in, because you'll find that this trend will go a long ways downward. Our next chart, let's look first at the bearish pattern called a rising wedge. Now I know rising wedge doesn't sound bearish, but it is for what follows. Rising wedge is like a triangle turned on an angle, and what you have is you'll usually have a fairly sizable move, and then it consolidates, and so it's still heading upward, but the upward pressure is waning. It's slowing down in its momentum, and so the pattern only completes and becomes valid once you go below the rising wedge pattern, and some in Elliott wave will call this an ending diagonal, because it is an ending pattern to this up move here. You'll see it breaks, consolidates around a little bit, but then falls fairly hard, and then you've got a really long move on this particular one. And then the next one I want to show you, I'll show you two versions of it. There's a bullish and a bearish version of it. It's called the head and shoulders pattern, and I've lined it out here to where you can actually see the text on the chart. You've got a shoulder, which is just a series of higher highs here. You've got a head, which is an even higher high than this left shoulder. And then the key that you are probably coming into the head and shoulders pattern really shows up the most when you have this lower right shoulder here. Now this pattern is not valid and is not to be acted upon until it breaks this line right here, which is called the neckline, and it just connects the lows there. And so once it breaks and closes below, then you can short, and the pair heads on down thereafter. And you can see an example of this has already started to happen here on this Euro New Zealand 15-minute chart. And here's an example of a bullish head and shoulders that form right here. You have, and picture it like a head and shoulders, but somebody hanging upside down. So you have your left shoulder here, which is your smaller shoulder, then it comes into a larger head right here, and then it comes down into a smaller shoulder on the right side. Only becomes valid once this breaks this neckline that connects these high points here. Once that happens, you've got plenty of time afterwards for the move, as you can see. So a couple of bearish patterns and a bullish pattern there. So this is what I wanted to show you, so that you could see how the charts can speak to you and how you can profit handsomely from it. I want to show you how to get a hold of us, because we go through a lot of these same patterns, and we make trades off of these patterns and other indications through the Currency Cross Trader service that I run, where I give exact trading recommendations, exact entries, exact stop levels, exact exit levels with your limits as well. And you can reach us at worldcurrencywatch.com. So that's worldcurrencywatch.com. You can sign up for the free stuff here, which is the FX University Daily, which I do an article or two at least in each and every week. Our free videos here, which are of course on Chart of the Day, and then you can click on futures and spot prices here, because we are in the spot FX service with the Currency Cross Trader service. go down here almost to the bottom, and you'll see where it talks about me, Sean Hyman, the Currency Cross Trader Service, and you can click right here, and it will take you to the promotion for my service. And then you can scroll all the way to the bottom and click enroll, and that's how you can get into the Currency Cross Trader Service. And there's a little old mugshot of me right there, pretty scary. That's how you can get a hold of us. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you got a lot out of that, and I appreciate you taking the time to view these videos. I believe they'll be a blessing to you and help you in your trading account. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.